Let's take a look at some of the most expensive dollar coins sold at auction during 2025. 1796 was a landmark year for the fledgling US Mint. This was the first year that every single denomination mandated by the Mint Act of 1792 was struck in the same year, from the copper half cent all the way to the gold eagles, including the Draped Bust silver dollar. This exquisite coin is one of the small letters and small date varieties, and once belonged to Colonel Green and Eric Newman collections. Graded as MS64 by PCGS, it was sold at auction for $438,750. The 1892 S Morgan dollar fooled collectors for decades. Since 1.2 million coins were struck, it was assumed that bags of mint state coins sat untouched in treasury vaults until none ever appeared. By the time that the truth set in, most had been well circulated, worn down, or vanished completely. This particular coin was last seen publicly in 1987. Then, the stuff of legend, it disappeared again for nearly 40 years. Now, back on the market, it ranks amongst the very finest survivors of this long misunderstood date. Graded as MS67 by PCGS, it was offered at auction in 2025 and sold for $456,000. In 1999, the US Mint was getting ready to release the first Sacagawea dollar coins into circulation. They had a brilliant idea to promote these new coins featuring one of America's most renowned women. The Space Shuttle Columbia would soon launch with a woman, Colonel Aileen Collins, in command of the mission for the first time. Two trailblazing women. The script practically writes itself. So, the US Mint struck 39 special gold dollar coins, this time from actual gold, 12 of which flew aboard the space shuttle, 7 of which were then released from Fort Knox to be sold to collectors 25 years later. This coin, graded by PCGS as Proof 69 Deep Cameo, was sold by Stacks in September for $600,000. The last time that this 1795 flowing hair dollar was seen publicly was in 1948 when B. Max Mell sold it to James A. Stack. It was listed as lot 358 in the royal sale of the Allenberger collection. The lot was described as small head, stars distant from point of bust and curls, 3 leaves under wings on reverse, perfect uncirculated specimen, sharp with full brilliant mint luster, every star filled, variety with tiny die break, back of head, light, short hairline on cheek, hardly noticeable. A beautiful coin, very rare and valuable. On that day, it sold for $75. But almost 80 years later, it was again offered for sale, this time graded as MS64 and sold for $600,000 at auction. The 1884 S Morgan dollar is an outlier of sorts for the series. While millions of Morgans languished untouched in treasury vaults, almost the entire mintage of 3.2 million coins from the San Francisco Mint seems to have been released straight into circulation, and later to casinos and commerce. Almost none survived in pristine conditions. This coin somehow escaped that fate, ranking as the second finest known at a grade of PCGS MS67. It was sold at auction for the final amount of $600,000. With 6,962,000 coins struck, the 1901 Philadelphia Mint Morgan is a coin that is easily obtainable, in lower grades at least. But in gem grades, it is the rarest Philadelphia Mint Morgan silver dollar in mint state. So much so that many collectors choose to buy the proof coin instead to complete a set. This example is the finest certified at a grade of MS66 from PCGS, and at auction in August it was sold by Stax Bowers for $720,000. The 1803 proof dollar isn't what it seems. While more than 85,000 coins were struck for circulation, the proof coins are actually later restrikes, or more technically novadels. Only 4 examples are known, making it rarer than the famous 1804 dollar, unknown until 1876. It's a ghost coin, deliberate, controversial, and almost never seen. Here we have an example graded by PCGS as proof 66, making it the 3rd only appearance at public auction in April of 2025, to sell for $1,110,000. The 1884 trade dollar was never really meant to exist, at least not officially. 264 proof coins were struck. Then almost all were quietly destroyed when the Treasury shut down the program. Just 10 coins managed to escape, hidden away for years and denied by even the mint itself. When one finally surfaced in 1908, it stunned collectors. Today, it stands amongst America's greatest coin mysteries, rarer than legend and never meant for the public at all. Graded as PCGS Proof 65, it is the 3rd finest coin known, and sold at auction in January for $1,140,000. The flowing hair silver dollar may not be the first coin to be struck by the fledgling US Mint. In fact, it took almost 2 years before the first silver dollar coins were even created, but it is arguably the most important coin produced in those early experimental years. With a small mintage of just 1,758 coins delivered for the year, all struck on an underpowered press that was not intended to be used for such a large coin. This stunning example is graded as MS63 Plus and sold at auction in November for the sum of $4.5 million. The 1804 Draped Bust silver dollar isn't called the king of American coins for drama. It's the crown jewel. Only 16 genuine 1804 dollars are known, and new discoveries are almost always counterfeits until this coin. In fact, this coin is the first addition to the population census for more than half a century, and this is a Class 3 striking, claimed as the single finest Class 3 in private hands. It has been quietly hiding away in the James A. Stack collection, unseen and unknown to the outside world for at least 75 years. But he likely purchased the coin privately between 1930 and 1951. And here's the headline. Unlike most Class 3 coins that show intentional wear to make them look older, this one survived with museum-level sharpness. Graded by PCGS as Proof 65, it was sold in December for $6 million. Subscribe to WNN and feel free to watch a video about the most expensive half dollars sold in 2025 right here. Next, for the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.